baseball or TV time limit for the WFWA Heavyweight Championship crown. There is the challenger, and you can tell by looking at him, he is definitely the fan favorite going into this one. Ranked as #1 right now for the WFWA Heavyweight Championship belt. I'm talking about Chi Cruz, 226 pounds from East Los Angeles, California. And the man in blue, you know him very well, been around the world on many occasions. The referee is, we're starting off, the bell hasn't even rung. And the champion, Champagne Jerry Morrow, has Pearl Harbored, if you will, attacked from behind Chi Cruz. And you know the champ has got to be a little worried after landing a couple of rights at the impressive victory that Chi Cruz has mustered up in the last few weeks. He even defeated the champion in a non-title contest a couple of weeks ago. And who better to help me out at ringside here but the former WFWA heavyweight champion, the Natural. What kind of match are we going to see here today?
Well, Joe, you're going to see a very different match than what you saw before. You see, because I'm speaking from experience, and when you are the champion, when the gold is on the line, brother, you turn it up a notch. Chi Cruz does not have any idea what he's in store for.
What kind of match are we going to see? Let's say you were Champagne Jerry Morrow in there. What kind of contest, what kind of match would you be wrestling here today?
Well, if I were wrestling Chi Cruz, it'd be a real short match, Joe, because I'd finish him off in about 5 minutes. But the thing to remember here is when you're the champion, it's a little bit easier because you do not have to pin your opponent to retain the title. You can win on a count-out. If it were me, I'd walk back to the dressing room, get counted out, and I'd still have the title.
Well,
it's the night off.
It's not you, and we can only hope that Champagne Jerry Morrow doesn't think like you. Look at that, a head full of hair into that turnbuckle. It's been Morrow since the onset, before the bell even rang for that matter, in today's main event. Cruz with that heavily bandaged right hand suffered some stitches just over the, I believe it was the thumb and the index finger that cost him about 6 stitches, but big back body drop the Cruiser, turning this one around, going 110 miles an hour, and this one flying drop kick that knocks the champ outside the ring. And Cruz figures, what the heck, let's go out after him. Working him over now with a couple of forearms to the back. Cruz better not get counted out.
What's he doing here, Joe? Now, you always get on myself and Jerry Morrow about taking things outside the ring. You get on us about using a closed fist. I use a closed fist. I don't have tape all over my head. He's probably got a loaded fist. He's breaking the rules left and right, Joe Aiello. Look at Jerry Morrow wants a timeout, and I think Chi Cruz should give it to him.
What timeout? There is no timeout in professional wrestling, and you know that, and Cruz knows it for sure. After landing a boot to the midsection, a couple of right hands and an Irish whip now, and a clothesline that lands, and Morrow needs a break for certain in this one, and the fans are getting all over him.
Jerry, watch out! Jerry, look out behind you! Jerry!
Wear your pom-poms if you want to cheerlead for the guy. Grab a pair of pom-poms and go to ringside, but get away from the table here. We're rooting on the Cruiser. It would be great to see a fan favorite hold that title. The last man to hold the title before Morrow was yourself.
Well, of course, and that's why you've got a pantheon of great champions in the WFWA. The Natural, 2 times Canadian Champion, Jerry Morrow, what a great wrestler. If Chi Cruz held the belt, it would be disgusting. Look at him, greasy hair, dirty old black trunks. He's disgusting. What up? I can't speak, Joe. Chi Cruz is champion. It's enough to make anyone sick.
That's the best thing you've said all day is when you said you can't speak. We'll have to carry it from here, sizing him up now with a chin lock. Chi Cruz. This is the kind of match, though. Settle yourself down here for a second. If you were Chi Cruz in this instance, what would you do to combat a man like Champagne Jerry Morrow?
I'd give up. Give up, Chi. I'd give up, Joe. I'd give up. I'd say, you're the better man. I could never beat you, Jerry Morrow. I could never beat the Natural either because he's the greatest too. And I'd give up, get out of professional wrestling, and go get a job slinging hamburgers somewhere if I were Chi Cruz, which, thank God, I'm not, Joe Aiello.
I'll tell you what, my father gave me some advice a long time ago. He says, you can't argue with an idiot. I finally found out today what he was talking about with you sitting here with me at ringside.
So was that directed at me?
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. Forearm smash now by Chi Cruz and taking him over. And Cruz is back on top of this one, landing that elbow right to the top of the skull. And a 2 count. That one dazed Morrow.
Oh, sure, dazed Morrow, and a dazed referee Ken Johnson, too, who was asleep at the switch. Chi Cruz landed right on top of him. But that's Chi Cruz's strategy in this match. I'm starting to see it, Joe. Knock out the referee, get disqualified, and save face, because the longer the match goes, the more chance there is that Jerry Morrow makes Chi Cruz scream like a stuck pig.
Well, I'd have to look at it the other way. Maybe a longer match in this instant has to be in the favor of a man like Chi Cruz. Obviously, the younger wrestler, but you got to give experience to the hands of Champagne Jerry Morrow, the champion. He's been a veteran for about 15 years in the squared circle. But what a name Chi Cruz would be making for himself here. Big fan favorite across Canada. It would be great to see that man be the new WFWA heavyweight champion. And before I turn the mic over to you, I can guarantee you one thing. That is my opinion and not yours.
Well, of course it's not, because I know Chi Cruz. I know all the kids like Chi Cruz. But listen, Chi Cruz is a poor role model. Why wouldn't parents want their kids to idolize a man like myself or a man like Jerry Morrow? We're success stories. Joe Allo, I'm a firm believer that success leaves clues. Jerry Morrow and I have done all the right things, and we've been the champions. What is Chi Cruz? A great athlete. I can't take that away from him. But what has he done? He's mamby-pamby to the fans, and it's gotten them nowhere. Jerry Morrow and I do our own thing, and that's why we're making all the money.
Well, how about that clip we showed a little bit earlier on in that tag match from last week, the highlight, when Terry Brown and Bulldog Bob Brown, well, they turned their things or their lives around, I guess, as far as I'd be concerned, when they knocked you and Jerry Morrow. That's got to be in the mind of Jerry Morrow still. It's only been a week, and him and Terry Brown and yourself are good friends with Bulldog.
Let's talk about a business arrangement. I was never good friends with that stupid old fool Bulldog Bob Brown, and Terry Brown was nothing but a never will be and a never has been. Let me tell you something. Jerry Morrow and I got those two on our minds, and when we get in the ring with Bob and Terry Brown, it is going to be a sad day for the Brown family.
And I have understand you were telling me off the air a few minutes ago there's some big surprises coming up for the Browns.
Oh, sure. Big surprises. I'm talking about pain, Joe Aiello. You see, a lot of people, where Bob Brown is concerned, do not go for the kill shot when it is there because he's been such a great wrestler. They have a lot of respect for him. I'm not that kind of guy, Joe. When I see the kill shot, I will put Bob Brown or Terry Brown 10 feet under. Call me a sociopath, Joe, but I won't have any guilty feelings about that.
Well, you know, for the last 7 days, I've almost lost sleep over this one when I saw Bulldog Bob Brown change his ways. The fans got behind him. I've known that man for a long time, just as long as you have, if not longer. And I had to wonder if it was not only the reason that he was saving his son in that instance. Oh, what a cheap shot there.
What a nice move by Jerry Morrow. He kicked him right in the leg.
Oh, in the leg, a little bit higher than the leg, you idiot, and you saw it just as well as I did.
Be careful, Joe Allo. I will slap you one time. I told you last week.
Jerry Morrow had to do something to get out of that maneuver. It would have cost him the match, but I guess success tells the story here.
Look at Chi-Chi's holding his leg, Joe.
Yeah, well, you should be holding yours, too, because you're pulling mine. We are here in today's main event. I'll tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. Neck breaker coming, maybe, and it is...
Broken neck, Joe. Broken neck right there. Come on, Jerry. Go for the pin. Come on, Jerry.
I have never seen anybody get so excited like yourself in this one. This match is far from being over. And look at Chi Cruz trying to get that arm pumped. And he is shooting a right hand there. Another one for good measure to the midsection. One to the head. And Morrow, he doesn't know how to combat this.
Well, sure, because Jerry Morrow's a great wrestler. Chi Cruz is a cheater. Jerry, kick him in the leg again, Jerry. Kick him in the leg like he did before.
Look at Morrow is walking away from the ring, and he says he's had enough. He grabs his belt from the ringside table, and Chi Cruz has made his way back into the ring. I can tell you one thing. The words that you had for Bulldog Bob Brown will not go unanswered. I am in the corner of Bulldog Bob Brown. I have started his fan club as far as I'm concerned.
What a hypocrite you are.
And that man right there, we got to give him the victory. The 10 count has happened. Jerry Morrow walks away from the ring. The title does not change hands, but we shall wait and see what happens.
For all you people watching, the last couple of weeks, I've been on a streak. Woo! I feel good. I've been having the Canadian Heavyweight Champion, Jerry Morrow. That's a tough son of a gun. I've had him in the ring, and I think I can beat him because I got it here, man. I got it. Non-title match you just watched. He ran away. We got to keep him in the ring. I know I can do it. He's tough, but I think I got what it takes. And if we can keep him in the ring, I don't care if it means putting up a cage. I don't care if it even means putting all the wrestlers around the ring. We got to keep him in the ring so I can beat him. Let's do it. Let's do a lumberjack match. Let's get him in the ring. Let's close it off so he can't run away. Then I got him where I want him.